Prophet Adam alayhi salam was the first human Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created and sent to the earth. Prophet Adam alayhi salam was created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his full form, as opposed to other prophets alayhi salatu wasalam who were born as children and grew up. Adam alayhi salam was created in his full form, in the most beautiful, perfect form. Thereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed into the body of Adam alayhi salam his soul, his ruh, his spirit, and he came to life. Prophet Adam alayhi salam in the noble Qur'an is referred to with 4 main titles. Adam alayhi salam is referred to as Khalifa, the Caliph, the Vicegerent or the Deputy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. He is also known as Adam. Adam from the word Udma, referring to his tanned complexion. Number 3, Bashar, man, referring to the formation of his skin. And number 4, he is known as Al-Insan, the human being, referring to his essence and his nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Adam alayhi salam knowledge of the names of all things that were in existence. Everything that existed, Adam alayhi salam was given the knowledge of the name of all those things, the attributes of all those things, and the knowledge of why they have been created, how to utilize them, what is the usage of these things. But during this time, the great Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Adam alayhi salam, lived in paradise. And after his creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered all of the angels to prostrate and to do sajda to Adam alayhi salam out of honor and respect. Sajda, prostration, is 2 types. You have the prostration of worship and the prostration of reverence or respect. The prostration of worship is solely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the angels to prostrate to Adam, not out of worship, but out of honor, reverence and respect. All of the angels, peace be upon them all, bowed down and prostrated to Adam alayhi salam out of respect and reverence. However, amongst the angels was a worshipper who was not an angel. He was a creation created from fire, but he, in terms of his status, was amongst the angels. He did not bow down to Adam alayhi salam, and he became the first creation to, na'udhu billah, disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He did not bow down. And this was Iblis, who we know as Shaitan, the devil, Satan. When he did not bow down to Adam alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then asked him why he disobeyed Allah. And he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam from clay, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him from fire. And according to his knowledge, he would say that fire was better than clay, so therefore he is better than Adam, and he will not prostrate to Adam alayhi salam. After this response, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala damned him and banished him from paradise and removed him, and he became a reject, a renegade. But he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow him some time, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him time, and he made a promise that what is to come after Adam alayhi salam, the offspring, the progeny, he will try his best to keep them away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he was damned. Adam alayhi salam continued to live in paradise. One day, Adam alayhi salam woke up, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created a woman, and this was the first woman. Adam alayhi salam saw her, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then made both of them halal upon each other, meaning had their marriage in the divine court. This woman was Hawwa, the wife of Adam alayhi salam. This woman was the mother of mankind. But at this point, they did not have any children. Sayyiduna Adam alayhi salam and his honorable wife, Sayyida Hawwa, they lived happily in paradise. But one day, the jealous Iblis, the jealous shaitan, was seeing that they are happy in the gardens of paradise. And from outside of paradise, he calls out to Adam alayhi salam. And he says to Adam alayhi salam that I know of a way where you can always remain in this state. You can always remain in the garden of paradise, and you will always remain close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Adam alayhi salam, intrigued by this claim that I can give you a manner where you will always remain in the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, listened. And Iblis said to him that there is a tree, and you must eat the fruit from this tree. When you eat from this tree, then you will always be in this state. You will be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Adam alayhi salam and his wife, Sayyida Hawwa, both of them went to this tree and they ate from this tree with the intention of being in the state of Allah's closeness forever. However, this was a trick and a lie of shaitan, of Iblis. After eating from the forbidden tree, then Adam alayhi salam and Sayyida Hawwa were, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's divine command, taken out of paradise. When they were taken out of paradise, they were brought to the earth. Adam alayhi salam was brought to the earth. In Hadith it is mentioned he was brought to a land known as Hind, which was known as the classical India. And Sayyida Hawwa, when she came to earth, she was brought to a land known later as Jeddah. Adam alayhi salam and Sayyida Hawwa spent the rest of their lives on earth. Adam alayhi salam traveled from Hind looking for his wife Hawwa. Eventually he reached a land which was in Hijaz in Arabia, and he found his wife Sayyida Hawwa, and that land was then named Arafat, the land of recognition, because this is the land where Adam alayhi salam and his wife Hawwa met again. Adam alayhi salam spent his time on earth repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Though Adam alayhi salam had repented in paradise and sought Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness in paradise, and the forgiveness was accepted. However, out of humility before Allah, Adam alayhi salam continued to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness. They lived on earth, they had children on earth, and they continued their lives on earth until the great Prophet of Allah, Sayyiduna Adam, whose title is Abul Bashar, the father of mankind, alayhi salam, came to his final point. And when he came to his final point, the angels descended and they fulfilled the final rites of the great Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet Adam alayhi salam, and laid him to rest in a manner which is befitting to him at a location that to us now is very unknown. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of its whereabouts. This was a short biography of the father of mankind, the great Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sayyiduna Adam ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam. If you would like to listen to more brief biographies and stories of the great prophets of Allah, then do follow, like, subscribe, and share this with family and friends.